I bet you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
I bet you a bar of soap you can't.
I bet I can.
There you are. I see, you bet you wouldn't bet, so you lost your bet, didn't you?
Hello, my name is Megan Ruth. I'm a Canadian living in London, England, and if you can't tell, I am sick. I have a cold. So, yeah, that's just something that we're dealing with today. Woo! So today I'm going to be reacting to the second episode of the first series of Porridge. I have reacted to the first episode already. But yeah, we're going to go to episode 2 today. Ronnie Barker is hilarious, and I do quite enjoy the two Ronnies as well. I have reacted to the two Ronnies a lot on this channel, so if you want to check that out, you know, by all means, go ahead and do that as well. Just like the majority of my reactions, this video will be edited. If you wanted to see the unedited version, I'll post a link to my Patreon down below. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me, especially my top tier patrons: Joseph, Michael, Mitch, Paul, Brian, James, Daniel, Glenn, Lewis, Des, John, Reese, Mark, Kane, Claire, Thomas, and Seamus. Now let's try to get through this episode without me sneezing.
Force it out, come on, love. Force it out, love, come on. Effort,
Come on.
You're not
Come
doing
on, my
anything,
little
are you?
beauty, you can do it.
Come on, darling, effort,
You
effort.
can do it, my little son. Come on, squeeze it out. Come on, son. Come on, my
Here,
little
hang on a
son.
minute, hang on. What's all this, son? It's a girl, isn't it, you nerk? My son. What are you talking about?
How do you know it's a girl?
Oh, they're all girls, aren't they, Ives?
Oh, are they?
Of course they are. All hens is females, aren't they? Your male's your cock, innit?
Oh. There's a hell of a lot more females than males, then.
Of course there are. That's why your cock always looks so smug, doesn't he? Always knows he's plenty about. Hence the expression cocksure, isn't it? Right?
Hey, listen, Fletcher, mine's looking intimate.
Intimate? What? Yeah, go on. She's dropped off, she has. Getting
Oh,
started.
do you want to double the bet?
Yeah, if you like, yeah.
Right, done.
Done? You certainly have been.
One.
Look at that. Jackpot. There you are. Thank you, my little darling, and thank you, Ives.
Here, listen.
What?
Double a quits.
Eh?
Which hand in? Go on, first fair, double a quits.
All right. That one.
We're even.
Oh, it's in this. That one, is it? Oh, that's the one, is it? Look at that.
No, that's not funny, Fletcher. Not funny at all.
Can't take a yoke, some people, can they? Eh? Oh, what are you going to do with it now, eh? Go and shake hands with him. Go on. Well, I don't know. I just thought, well, I thought they might like a little run, you know, instead of having to walk everywhere like us pedestrians. You know what I mean? Like a bit of exercise, you know.
Oh, it is encouraging to see you taking an interest in your fellow creatures.
Yeah. Oh, don't sit down there, Mr. Milner. Sorry, you might dirty your suit there. Don't sit there. Let me get you a chair, eh? There we are.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh, there you are. All right. Oh, go on. Oh, sorry.
Well, you seem to be...
I love that he just like brushed all of the dirt from the floor that he was brushing onto the chair. So now the guy's just sitting on a bunch of dirt that was on the floor. Yeah. Nice touch. Nice touch.
Always pilfering, the whole lot of you.
Oh, now, come on. I resent that remark, Mr. Appleton. I mean, I may have done some bad things in my life. I wouldn't be in here otherwise, but petty sneak thieving isn't my style. It's not my style at all.
All right, all right.
Here, Lenny. Has anyone been in with a message for me?
Yeah, a bloke come in earlier and he said Harry Grout said permission granted.
Oh, did he? Oh, good.
Permission for what?
Permission to hold a game.
What game?
Shh, keep your voice down.
What game?
A game of chance, my son.
How do you mean?
Oh, for God's sake, Godber, a flutter, a gamble.
Gambling ain't allowed.
Of course it ain't flaming allowed. That's precisely why we do it, isn't it?
Why'd you have to get permission off this Grout?
Oh, dear, come on, Godber. How long have you been in this, Nick, eh? A week. Haven't you learned anything yet? Look, officially, as we know, this hotel is run by a governor, isn't it, eh? Appointed by the Home Office, name of Mr. Venables, right? But in truth, we know different, don't we? In truth, we know that genial Harry Grout could bring this place to a standstill if he so wished, right?
What you play for? Big stakes?
Yeah, if we can nick any out of meat safe, yeah. No, we play for anything negotiable. Snout, mostly. I'll tell you, whatever it is, it won't be chicken feed. It's a pity, because I got a lot of that.
I've noticed blokes are always betting on something. I suppose it's their way of generating excitement to counter the misery of their monotonous existence.
You know what?
So it's really interesting watching this after watching Rising Damp, because Richard Beckinsale, the young guy who tragically passed, as many of you remind me of, I feel like every time I post a video with it, or a reaction with him in it, which is unfortunate. But he, it really is a testament to his acting, because he's playing a completely different character in this than he did in Rising Damp. And for that reason, I think it was hard for me to recognize him at first, during the first episode. I don't know if you guys remember in the first episode, I was like, is that him? I can't remember. But yeah, I think that's predominantly the reason why. It's the characters are so vastly different from each other. This guy's a little bit more unsure, not as confident, and his character in Rising Damp is more, hip and confident and, cool. And I don't know, just generalizations, of course. But yeah, very interesting. Talented actor, tragically passed away too young.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, it's not the excitement of winning or losing, is it? It's the pleasure of doing it right under the screw's noses, isn't it? Surreptitious like, right?
There's two blokes next to me. They've had a bet on how many bricks there are in the cell.
Oh, yeah, that's commonplace, that is.
I can't think or study. It's driving me mad listening to them. Recount after recount. 341, 342.
Yeah, well, blokes in stir, you see, they'll bet on anything, 2 flies crawling up a wall, or the numbers of the hymns in the chapel, 2 flies crawling down a wall. I tell you that, well, there was a big game in D-Wing last night. Didn't you notice the atmosphere in the air? The tension, it was electric.
Tension, yeah, I noticed that. But I thought it was because it was Tuesday and that's the night the female social worker comes round.
What, gruesome Glenda? Oh, dear. With a bicycle and the brogues. You'd be hard pushed to have an erotic fantasy about that one, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Nifty Small's in love with her.
Is he?
He stole her bicycle saddle.
I bet the ride back was a bit painful for him, wasn't it? He won't have that long, though. They'll soon find that.
Under his pillar? I bet he won't.
All right, you're on. How much? 2 fags?
No, I'm not gambling. My mother said gambling would get me into trouble.
Oh, did she? May have escaped your notice, son, but you're in prison, ain't you? Your mother's too late. You're in trouble, ain't you?
Well, nevertheless, I ain't gambling. I ain't standing there watching flies go up and down a wall or counting bricks. Gambling's one thing I'm going to resist inside.
I bet you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
I bet you a bar of soap you can't.
I bet I can.
There you are. See, you bet you wouldn't bet, so you lost your bet, ain't you? Yeah, it's a bar of soap you owe me. Work that out. No, sir. Mr. Ives and I we just found we got a mutual interest in geraniums.
Oh, yes, geraniums. Very nice little fella. Just my cousin used to breed them.
Grown.
Grown.
Really? Well, I'm a bit of a horticulturalist myself.
Oh, yeah? Oh, God.
Well, there's no time to go into that now.
No, more's the pity.
Come on, Evans. Time for your visit to the psychiatrist.
Now, is he really tall, or are they really short? No, honestly, it looks like he's like 7 foot or something. That's a tall guy. That's a tall actor right there.
You've got 24 hours to cough up. Otherwise, Mr. Eslop here comes along and gives you a little reminder, see? Just like the post office, yeah?
The post office?
Yeah, he sticks one on you. No. Are we all
Sticks
right
one
then?
on you.
Right.
And the game?
The game, gentlemen. The game is Snakes and Ladders.
Oh my god, I haven't played that in ages.
I knew something was up, Mr. Barraquois.
Snakes and Ladders, that brings me back to my childhood. Did you guys play Snakes and Ladders when you were younger? Oh my god, I played it all the time when I was a kid. Oh, nostalgia. I wasn't expecting a nostalgia trip here, but here we go. Here we are.
My antennae told me. I know when there's a big deal at Dodge City in this place.
I sometimes think it's a waste of our manpower to try and crack down on gambling. I mean, men will gamble.
Gambling leads to debts. Debts lead to ill-feeling, antagonism, lack of discipline.
Did your antennae tell you where this game's taking place?
No, that was Ives. Horrible Ives.
No honor among thieves.
Not when gambling's at stake. That's why it has to be stamped out.
Well, where are they?
We're getting warmer. They're down there.
What, in the boiler house?
In the coke store.
Well, should we,
No. Wait a moment. I have arranged for a special delivery.
Oh. Wait, what is that?
Here, listen, Fletcher. Do a deal with you. What? You take the heat off me, and I'll forget about the bet. We're even. I mean, you're not going to be able to raise £1/2 of snout anyway, are you?
No problem. I'll take it out me winnings.
Winnings? What winnings?
Win a few, lose a few. While you was betting me £1/2 of snout, I bet the entire landing I'll be in a single cell by Sunday.
I was gonna say he wants to be in a single cell. Oh, well done. That was well done. He's so smart. The character's smart, and also the dialogue and the writing is smart as well. It's just a smart show. It's just, yeah. Well done. I enjoy it. It's funny and entertaining, and I wish I wasn't sick, but here we are. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reaction despite all my sniffles. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.